It's your girl Drama Queen coming to you with another reaction video for season 7 of 60 Days In, episode 5, titled General Population. Now, Darius, congratulations. You got your own video from me regarding this episode. I wanted to split this up because I wanted to focus on Darius, because Darius, you had me going through an array of emotions. I was mad at you, I was angry, I was sad, I understood. I wanted to just like reach out to you like, why did you do that? But I wanted to take a couple of days. Usually I do my reaction videos on Friday mornings, Thursday night, Friday morning. Today is actually Sunday. I really wanted to sit back and marinate on my thoughts and my feelings before articulating them for you to see, Darius, and for the world to see. And so that is what we're going to talk about in this first reaction video. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share this video. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you will be made aware anytime I upload a new video, because there will be more reaction videos for episode 5, but I wanted to start with Darius. So, let me go ahead and review my notes here and make sure that I have everything ready. Okay. Let's start off with Darius again. I like Darius. I think that Darius is just a real individual. I think that he experienced what people experience while they're in jail. And I know a lot of times when you are filming 60 Days In and doing it and being a participant, sometimes you forget those cameras are rolling and you're just in the moment and you're just reacting. And so that is why I wanted to take a moment before I address Darius, because I was very disappointed in Darius originally in this season. And so I want to kind of talk through it. The very first thing I noticed about Darius is, oh my God, so this season they have multiple units that are going to be recorded, which was good, because in season 6, when they had the first group of the men and the women, everybody was in the same pod. So I thought this was interesting because this is going to give them an opportunity to look at multiple pods. It looks like Darius was going to A6 where Carlos went to C1. So I was like, okay. So very, small area. I don't know if I like the open area where there's like no like doors, because that's like a big trust issue, but it seems to work for them, and it does not make you seem so claustrophobic, especially when you've been in quarantine for 10, 12, 14, 21, 30, 45 days, depending on how long you were in quarantine. So, when introduced into A6, I like Bullrider. So let's talk a little bit about Bullrider since we're talking about Darius. Bullrider was the pod boss. Everybody knows in season 6 on the women's side, our pod boss was Angel. I had an excellent relationship with Angel, and having that excellent relationship with her gave me a lot of opportunities that everyone else didn't have, and it gave me insight that I needed to complete my mission. And so I think it's very good. It appears that Darius and Bullrider got in good. Now, Bullrider is very large and in charge. I was like, dang. But he appears to be smart, big, and just an overall good guy. And he appears that everybody respects him. And that is something that is important when being a leader. Is you want people to be fearful somewhat, but you want them more so to respect you. You don't have to go around beating your chest and doing all of that. And that was one of the things that I liked about Bullrider. Just seemed like a good dude. DeShawn, I really liked the fact, because anybody that knows me, and if you don't know me personally, if you've been following me on my vlog, you've listened to anything I've talked about on season 6 of 60 Days In, I am an advocate for the youth, especially at-risk youth. To me, it's easy to deal with the youth that had a two-parent household or didn't have any trials or tribulations. It's those youth that were missing bits and pieces that I like to dive into, and I feel like Darius does too. And I think that's why I was initially drawn to Darius, because I can see his hunger for wanting to help people change and to lower the recidivism rate, especially in the African American community. So this episode really gave me chills when I saw Darius take on DeShawn, who was 17 years old, who was in the facility for shoplifting. The sad part is, I saw this in the jail. You have people that are in the jail because they just strictly don't have any money. They don't have it. And Darius, you really touched my heart, because when you found out that his bond was only $150, you offered to pay half of it. And your leadership ability and your ability to see past his mistakes and offer this made other inmates want to do the same thing. Although it didn't initially work out because his mama wasn't having it, and the mama felt like, you know what, no, DeShawn needs to learn a lesson, which I get and I understand. And the thing about you, Darius, that I respect is the fact that you didn't belittle his mom or talk down, or why wouldn't she do this? You understood. You said, well, you know, we got to make it a learning experience. You know, you turned a bad situation into a learning situation, and it just really made my admiration for you grow, because you were doing exactly what I wanted to see you do, and what I did when I went in there. Because it's so easy when you are in that jail, and a lot of people don't know this, it's so easy if you are a person that loves to gravitate towards the underdog. It's so many of them in the facility, and there's so many opportunities to show mentorship. Now, production side, this is one of the things that I complained about, because in my season I felt like everybody was typecast, and all of the footage that was shown only showed you in that manner. I appreciate this season showing the mentorship, because that was something that I did. I mentored a lot of girls, but you didn't see it. But guess what? I didn't do it for it to be seen on national television. I did it because it came genuinely from my heart, and I wanted to make a difference in those young ladies' lives. And when they wanted to do something or say something or act in a way that was not indicative of their ultimate goal, that they could remember my face, my words, and my actions. And so I really appreciate the fact that they're showing that with Darius and DeShawn. I think it is definitely a great moment, and kudos to the production company and A&E for showing that. Thank you, because not all things that happen in jail are bad. All things that happen in jail are not dramatic. It is dramatic, but not everything. So thank you for showing that. Darius, you said that you did not have a father figure growing up, and you have issues and you have struggles due to that. And unfortunately, that is something that is common in a lot of households, but especially the African American household. Working with at-risk, I can't even talk today, at-risk youth, I saw that a lot. The lack of a father figure. Even working with young girls, you know, I grew up with a father. I am a daddy's girl. And because of that, I know my value. I had not only my father figure, I had other males that were good leaders and showed me how I needed to be treated and what I deserved to have from a man. And lacking that could really cause a lot of turmoil in our African American men and women. And so I applaud you that you one of the things that you said, Darius, is that my actions led me to prison. I like the fact that you took responsibility, because that's a lot of things that our African American men, they don't do. They don't take responsibility. They always want to just divert it to somebody else. You said my actions led me to prison, but his neglect led me there. Dang. That kind of hurt. Broke my heart. But it made sense. You, Darius, I get from you that you want to be an example. And one of the things you said is you want to be an example for anybody. And if you can do that, your mission is complete. So right now, I'm going to tell you your mission is complete, because I had that same thing. If I can touch one person, get one person to change their thought process, their mind, even if they have to come back to jail one time, 2 times, maybe they were originally going to come back 5 times, but if I can reduce that 1, 2, 3, 4 times, then I've done my job. I just still am just impressed with you, Darius, that you were still willing to pay half of DeShawn's bond. I also like the fact that you said if he comes back here while I'm here, I'm going to beat his ass. Because I had a situation like that with a young lady named Brandy. And when Brandy, season 6, of course, they did not show this. But Brandy was a young lady that was going through withdrawal. And I found out later that chocolate helps them go through withdrawals. And so she asked me, I had just got my commissary, she asked me if I could help her. If I had some Snickers, and she would 2-for-1 me, so she would give me 2 back for the 1 when commissary came the following week. And I had decided not to do that because she was a dope head, so I knew that there was a possibility that I might not get my money or my 2-for-1 back, and then that meant that I was going to have to fight her, or that was going to show weakness on my side. And so I decided not to. I told her, I said, no, you keep that, but stay your ass out of trouble. Stay out of trouble. I mentored her. And I told her, if you come back in here, I'm going to beat your ass. Same situation. I remember my last day in the jail, Ashley's roommate. I was talking to the production company trying to figure out my exit plan. And I come back and Ashley's roommate is like, Brandy back. I'm like, Brandy who? You know who. So she came up to me and she was, trying to talk to me. She actually was high at the time. She actually not only got charged with possession, I forgot what all her charges were, but when she got checked in, she stole some food from the refrigerator during intake. And so she's like, I'm cursing her out and I'm telling her, like, get the fuck out of my face. I ain't got shit to say to you. Like, I'm going off on her because I really don't want to fight this girl, but I got to let her know that I'm serious and I'm disappointed. And so I feel you, Darius. I feel you. Thank you for taking DeShawn under your wing. Now that I got that out of the way. No, we'll talk a little bit more. Darius, I felt like you were being a leader when you were asking to speak to leadership in a respectful way. I will talk about Chase on this episode on a whole nother video, and how there is a saying that you get more bees with honey than vinegar. You cannot call a grown man a bitch, a hoe, and any of that and be disrespectful and expect, especially in jail, to get anything positive from that. So I like the way that Darius wanted to talk to leadership about the problems with the shower. And you did it in a respectful way. When you asked what the issues were, you weren't sitting up there stuttering like, I don't know. You already knew. You knew you had a plan. You knew what the issues were. You went, you addressed them, it got addressed immediately. Now, one of the things that you said, and I do kind of believe you, is like you feel like the response is different and the willingness to help when the camera crew is involved. Definitely. But guess what? At the end of the day, you guys got what you wanted. And you, my dear, look like a hero because you were the one that kind of stepped up to make that happen. And when you decided to celebrate and the gentleman got upset because it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon and he was trying to sleep, everybody was kind of celebrating with you because you weren't selfish. This was a win for everybody. It wasn't just a win for Darius. It was a win for everybody. And so I get, before I get in your shit, I get why you were excited and I get why it turned, okay? Showers must be an issue in jail. We had 6 showers in our jail and only 3 worked. We would have, there's a segment that I talked to the chief and the sheriff and I said, we have 130, 140 women in a 12 hours period of time trying to shower with 3 showers. Then you have the mental aspect. So you have the women putting period blood and boo-boo and all of that in there. It just was a nasty, gross mess. Okay, back to Darius, because it's time to get in your shit now. So I get you wanting to let the guy know, you know, first of all, I ain't no punk. You know, I think the guy didn't know who he was addressing with the noise, but you let him know it's me that you talking about. Now, you just finished mentoring DeShawn, and you have an opportunity to lead by example. And DeShawn is watching. He's watching. And you drop the ball. You drop the ball. But I do understand that emotions can get heightened when you're in there. Did I have arguments? I didn't necessarily have arguments with inmates where I'm getting ready to fight. I had an argument, a couple arguments with my roommate trying to keep her out of trouble. Argument with Brandy, the young lady that I was mentoring, but frustrated at Miss Williams at the situation, but not to the point where I'm getting ready to fight someone, because I knew I'm mentoring these young ladies. I'm trying to mentor them. It already looks odd that we're all in jail. I'm in jail, you in jail, we all in jail, and I'm trying to mentor you, but we both are inmates. So that already looks a little suspicious, but I get being angry, Darius, and I get you wanting to take your frustrations out on someone. There were times I had to beat the bed, I had to write, I cried, I tried to do any and everything once I was in my room where I didn't really let anybody on the outside see my weakness or see me kind of lose it. You got to control when you are mentoring and you're a leader. All eyes are on you and you got to control it. And so, like I said, in my notes, I said get a notebook, write down your feelings, exercise. Then you had the people that was trying to egg it on, like, then, you know, if you really wanted to fight, you should have swung. Which is kind of true, but I think it was just more so frustration. But you got to watch that. If you want to be a leader, you got to be full on in a leader. And leaders make mistakes. I wonder if this happened or if it'll show, you know, in that moment afterwards, after everything calmed down as a leader, I wonder if you went back to DeShawn and say, see, you know, I lost my cool for a moment, and that ain't cool. But, you know, just make it a learning experience. That even when you lose your cool, you can still make it a learning experience. Working with at-risk youth, I've lost my cool at times. You know, I remember a student, you know, called me out of my name. And this was a student that I had did a lot of stuff for. Like, I mean, a lot. Like, she shouldn't even been there because she wasn't in the district. You know, I was helping her take care of her children, and I just lost it. And I had to get myself together, and then I made it into a learning experience for her and for everyone. So I'm glad the Bullrider got involved and shut everything down. And I like Bullrider said, I wish your mother would. So Darius, at the end of the day, I think that this was a great episode because it shows the many emotions that one can go through and the quickness that you can go through all of those emotions. One little thing can just set you off. You were excited and he's acting like this. I get it. But you are a leader, Darius. And in everything that you do, I want you to remember that. You are an amazing and awesome leader. Don't let anyone take that away from you in your actions and your reactions. All right? Okay, so that's all I have for Darius. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this video. Make sure you subscribe so you can see the rest of my reactions for episode 5. Because, honey, we got to talk about Chase. Honey, we got to talk about that women's pod, honey. So make sure you come back. Drama Queen out. Have a good one. Bye-bye.